Welcome back to another episode of the Rapid Cap Podcast. I'm your host, Mike the Young OG, and I got another special guest with me today, returning person.
I'm back.
Lyric Frierson. You know the vibes. And also, even though she's not, currently pushing her stuff.
We not.
CEO of Oscillier. I don't know where your merch is or none of that.
It's not merch. It's fashion.
Fashion is. Sorry, my fault. So, how you been, man? Feel like I ain't talked to you in forever.
It's been rough.
It's
been rough, but it's been all good. Blessings. I'm finally recovering from the pandemic.
Oh, you had COVID too?
On my birthday.
Oh.
Mind you, I don't never do anything for my birthday. And this year I'm like, I'm gonna do something.
Mm-hmm.
Had me down bad. Sad.
You was hacking up a lung?
It's crazy because I was like, I ain't got it. And then I took the test and all of a sudden I was sick. So I don't know if it was a mental thing, but I thought I was down. Thought I was done for.
I still ain't got it. Thank you, Lord. Shout out to
Whatever.
Me. Shout out to my Lord and Savior.
Whatever. It's funny because it was the day I was going to go get the booster.
Uh-huh.
I was like, let me get the booster just to be safe. And they was like, no, you got it. So I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I never go back and got it. I'm like, y'all embarrassed me too much. So I ain't coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
All right, so you know the vibes. First thing I'm going to do is give you a top 3.
Okay.
So give me, it's about to be summertime, and you already know. Skies out, thighs out. So
For sure.
Give me your top 3 summer anthems.
Number 1 is No Guidance. I
knew that.
I think you asked me this before, and I said the same thing. I'm always going to say the same thing because 1, I love Chris Brown. 2, it's just a great song. I'll never get tired of it. If it ever comes on across my playlist, I don't hit skip. Never.
Yeah.
And what summer was that? 2019?
Yeah. 2019 summer.
It was a good summer.
It was a great summer.
It was
actually.
rough, but it was good.
That was
it
a
was
great
good.
summer.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Dang. Another one.
Yeah, since
It
I
has to
didn't
be a
gave this to
summer.
you before.
I think you just said anthems. It wasn't a summer anthem. It's a Drake joint. What am I thinking of?
A Nice for What?
Yes. Oh, yes.
That joint do go crazy.
I love that joint.
I used to hate that song, but it do go crazy.
In the summertime. And Work.
Oh, the ASAP joint?
No, Rihanna.
Oh.
When that come on, you can't tell me I ain't from the islands. It's over. It really don't matter. It really doesn't. I don't care where I'm at. It could be Work.
Mm-hmm.
That two wine come out. You know
that look like real cabbage.
No, absolutely not.
Well, all right, moving on. So we gonna get.
You ain't gotta answer.
I mean, all right. My top 3, I'd probably say. We was just talking about it the other day. Right there, I gotta put that in my.
Oh yeah, the chicken head go crazy.
Yeah.
For sure.
I gotta do
dead.
that. It's not really a summer anthem, but I'm gonna do this one just cause me and my boy Johnny was talking about this. What's it called? Dang, Turn My Swag On by Soulja Boy. It's not really a summer anthem, but it's a hype song that I play in the summertime when I just be getting out of bed. I really be playing that song in the bathroom, getting dressed, doing my beard, doing all that.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see you doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I can see you specifically
1,000%.
doing that.
That and Pretty Boy Swag. Doing my little light skin face in the mirror. You know what I'm saying?
You.
So my third one, top 3 summer anthems. I really don't want to leave Breezy out, but
Breezy always had the summer classic though.
But I'm feeling real nostalgic right now, so I'm gonna have to go Crazy in Love because I remember where I was when Crazy in Love came out. So it's just a nostalgia feel. Whatever, man. Whatever.
The Queen?
Actually, honorable mention. I'm a X out Soulja Boy. I'm putting In the Club with 50 Cent. That joint was crazy.
What year did that come out?
I had to be 2003,
I was gonna say
2002.
It was 6?
Nah.
In 2003?
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't remember.
8, maybe.
I don't know. I just remember at the Boys and Girls Club, heel toeing and you know what I'm saying? Hitting my little Harlem shake. Cause I'm from Harlem, you dig?
Not even a little bit.
You dig?
Not even a little bit. No, that's a good vibe though. I don't really ever play it though. It's not a song I ever choose to play.
When John came on in the Super Bowl though, I almost lost it. And he came up upside down. He did look like a chubby chaser, but you know.
I didn't watch it. I was I was.
So all right, we're gonna get deep real quick. We're gonna get deep real quick. So today we're gonna talk about. We just gonna talk. Actually, we ain't even gonna announce what it is. So I wanted to rap to you about this because I feel like out of everybody that I talk to, we be having the most organic, real conversations. And I've been doing a lot of reflecting lately.
Oh my God, me too. I mean, I kind of had no choice, but it was necessary.
I was still talking, but okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been doing a lot of reflecting lately, and like I was just thinking, like I was in the shower, you know, washing my balls and all, and I was just like, dang, like it's people out here like that you meet in your life that you like genuinely like, and that you genuinely enjoy being around, like whether they friends, romantic or whatever. But I was just thinking about my relationships and like where I'm trying to go with my life now and what my perspective is now. And I was just thinking in my relationships, like I feel like I got into a lot of relationships just strictly off of the fact that, oh, okay, like I like this person, so it gotta be that I'm attracted to you, like, or that you fine or whatever. And they very well might be fine, but it's just that genuine like that, like for a lot of people, I feel like just throws them into relationships to where they feel like, oh, I like being around you, like you a vibe, you're this, you're that, and they think automatically like I'm attracted to you. But that's not always the case. But I know that's been the case for me for like a couple of relationships, because I get to the bottom of the relationship, or I get like deeper into the relationship, I should say, and I'm there and I'm like, yeah, I don't even like you. Like, I don't like who you are at your core. Like, you're cool.
So did you not know who they were at their core before y'all was in a relationship?
Keep it a bean, during college, I was just like going with the motions. Word to Drake. So I was literally just cool, and like I fell into like 2 relationships out of nowhere.
You fell into.
I chose to have one relationship in college. That's really it. But outside of that, all my other ones, I was just kind of like, you know what I'm saying, moving and grooving, and then.
Okay, so did you not?
You like tap your toe in some water. You like, oh snap, that joint warm, and you jump in that joint, and you realize it's a sauna that's like 300 degrees, and you get burnt. That's really what happened.
Come back. Got you a little PTSD.
Yeah,
okay.
You seen that? My eye twitched, we gonna edit that out.
So is it that you realized that you didn't like them, or you started not to like them towards the end of the relationship?
I think it was both. Because I feel like growing pains, you start not to like them when you notice like, oh, this is like a character flaw in somebody. That may not change. Yeah,
people are usually on their best behavior at the beginning of the relationship.
Yeah. And
so you might not know.
And when you flirting with like not having a title, like it's dangerous, but it's also good like when y'all both on the same page, because it's like, all right, cool. Like,
okay, so how long were your talking stages?
2
weeks?
No, I remember one girl in college, my sophomore year, we talked for 8 months. And then, you know, you just kind of hit me with the, you know, I'm ready to be in a relationship when you are, no rush though. I said,
oh, they put the ball in your court.
I said, okay, I see what you did there. Then another girl that I dated her for like on and off, I gotta say like a year before we started, like when we were actually together. So it was.
Well, how long was it exclusively dating? Or you were talking to them for only 8 months?
Exclusively, I'd say it was a year. Yeah, I'd say it was a year. We did a lot of, you know, breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together.
No, that's dating. Like, before you made her your girlfriend.
Oh.
How long were you getting to know her? Like, just the talking stage?
Probably
just
like
her?
Probably like a year.
And nobody else?
I want to say a year, yeah. I was stupid. I should have been talking to other people, but I wasn't.
So after a year,
yeah,
they were still hiding stuff from you, or characteristics that you didn't like, that you didn't see until.
So we've had this conversation before. So it was like, if you talking to somebody and you dealing with somebody and you're literally at surface level, like it's a difference between dating somebody and just dating with intention, or just dating to see like where it goes. And it's a difference when you actually searching somebody. So like me, I'm a very detail oriented guy. So whenever
Were you always?
Always.
Okay.
I'm just designed like that. So when it just gets to a certain point, like I would say, I'm not about to gas myself, but I would say in general, I'm probably one of the most genuine people you'll ever meet. Just off the strength of that's what I want returned to me. So we might not be best friends, we may not be cool, but I feel like whatever you get from me is gonna be genuine. So just off the strength of that, of being friends, like I saw some things and I was like, all right, cool, like maybe that's just that. But then you get down into it and you start breaking stuff down, you start asking questions, you start finding out about childhood, you start seeing triggers, you start seeing other things, and it's kind of like, oh, like what's that GIF, that little not Bart Simpson, but that Simpson GIF when he's on the bus and he's like, I'm in danger. Like that's me. That was me whole time. So really like that's for me, that's what it was. Like just it may not be fair looking back in hindsight, but I was just like, dang, like I really shouldn't have like pursued that. And it's a lot of ego that goes into that. It's a lot of ego. I was waiting for that to come out. It's a lot of ego that goes into it, because you just like, oh yeah, like I got her, or yeah, I'm about to
put you on blast.
I'm about to flex her, like whatever.
Well, I'm about to put you on blast. Because there's 2 relationships that your ego had a lot to do with it. And one of them was like, basically bag me for somebody else does. Like she got options. And your ego
that was high school, and that was completely ego. I don't think I had anything but ego.
2 were like that, and one wasn't high school.
That one was full blown ego though. The other one,
correct,
stroked my ego down the line, but I wasn't like, oh, let me, so I could get my ego boosted. So that's
kind of like on you though.
Oh, for sure. That's what.
So I don't know that you really didn't. I don't know if I believe that you didn't like them, because I'm thinking of my situation, and I only have one other relationship to compare to, only in this podcast. Outside of this, I don't claim any old relationships. So I feel like it could have been, I didn't really know you, so I didn't really like you at the end. Or we just grew during. Because I don't feel like he was that person at the beginning of the relationship. But there were some red flags. I could have word to the last podcast we did.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if I just grew to not like you, or I realized I didn't know you. I think I knew you, but I think you changed as we grew. But it was also like 18 to 22, 23?
Something like that.
Something like that.
23.
Whatever. So I don't know if it's necessarily I didn't like you or I didn't know you and I didn't like you, because we also talked for like 7 months exclusively. It was like 4 or 5, whatever. So, but I don't know. I was 17 going on 18 at the time. I wasn't really trying to get deep, because I had told him like, hey, when I go to college, this is a wrap. We can do prom, all the senior stuff together, but when I go to college, like, we can be friends.
You're sick.
So I wasn't really interested in trying to get deep with somebody. But I think that's age. So even in college, like, I don't know if people are really dating with intention.
Yeah, I would say they're not necessarily dating with intention. It's some people who meet their person in the beginning of college, or they come into college with their person, and they just like, all right, boom, we gonna rock it out, good or bad, and they rock it out, and that's just what it is. But then you got all of everybody else, and then you got
I was definitely the first one though.
And then you definitely just got, it's like 3. It's like the people who get their relationships early, or they come in with it. Then you got the people like me, the tweeners. Then you got 3, and there ain't no other way to say it. You got the hoes, and that's just, they just coming in there to like have fun. Like
they be having a good time.
They be having a great time. They be having a great time. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
from what I heard, I wouldn't know.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I just feel like.
Wait, before you move on, but also like they always say the thing you love about somebody is the thing that you hate about them. So could it be that you love them, when you really love them, you really like this thing about them, and you kind of dismiss the thing that you also didn't like about them, even though they're the same thing. But then once you start to lose that affection or that passion or whatever, is it just heightened even though it's been there the whole time?
See, no, I think for me...
Because sometimes you can be looking for a way out.
I think for me, I met a lot of, hey.
No, I was... For everybody, not just you.
All right. Ooh, I got triggered. Sorry. So, where's the Ebony? I think for me, like going through it, I wouldn't say there weren't any red flags. I gotta really think now, thinking about it. But I would say it was pretty smooth sailing. Like whenever it was just talking, like you enjoying that person, like, and I'm not even thinking like, cause I'm in college, I'm like, I'm enjoying my freedom. Like this one of the only time periods when I'm single, like, and I get to do what I want to do. Like nobody's calling my phone, like, hey, like, I'm about to take my shower, then I'm coming downstairs, like, or I'm coming across campus, like, dang. Like I say bye to my boys. They going out
all
eating.
your decisions though.
They going out eating, sending me pictures like, hey bro, we here. And I'm just like, yep, I'm here.
Is that what the boys be doing? Y'all be sending selfies?
No, but you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
They'll FaceTime you though and be like, hey bro, what you doing? And I'd be like, and you just see a head in the background and you'd be like, oh, I see the bonnet. Y'all going to bed. All right. Like, it's over. But I don't know how we got there. But I think it just was unraveling as like conflict happened. So like we weren't really working on anything. We weren't really discussing anything. We were just flowing. Like in the multiple relationships, we were just flowing because it was just like, all right, like this is cool. And then,
but that takes maturity on both parts. If both parties aren't mature, it's not going to happen. Because I think like that too. Towards the end of my situation, some of those issues could have been resolved. Some of them were never going to be resolved. Now that I'm older, but they could have been resolved had we both been mature. But because neither one of us were, it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
So did I like him? Did I realize I didn't like him? I didn't. At the end of the relationship, I didn't come to that conclusion. I just had to convince myself in order to move on that I didn't like you. But I didn't actually believe it until like I started doing the work and realizing some of it was my fault.
Yeah.
Very little bit, but some of it was my fault.
I think for me, I notice things. Of course, you know this, but I notice like little things and I'm tabbing it. So if it's something like that rubbed me the wrong way or something that like,
always.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Even back then.
Yeah, I'm tabbing it like because you're not gonna. One thing we're not gonna do is like act like.
Oh, tabbing.
Yeah, tabbing.
Oh, like
it.
I noted. Like I seen that. Oh, okay.
Like I'm tabbing it. So yeah. I'm just that person, like very strategic, analytical, like logical, like we gonna get to the bottom of this. And if we don't, I'm gonna get emotional and I don't want to get emotional. So for me, just not being able to like slow down and really, I mean, we were going pretty slow, but just to like be able to go back if I could, not that I don't have any regrets, but looking back, like just from a mature standpoint, like, putting intentions, like I see why like women as you get older in college they start making you put intentions on something whenever you, or even out of college, like women, it's some women out there that just be passing it out like candy and some women that just be like I'm with whatever, but like dumb ones, they be making you put intentions on stuff. So like you're not about to just come over here and think you gonna do whatever you want to do.
Why do we have to make you do that?
Huh?
If you're pursuing me, why don't you just do it?
Why
are you saying we have to make you?
I wouldn't say make. I would say that's their standard. So it's kind of like if you come over here, if you're out of alignment, you're gonna get corrected in whatever way or fashion. Whether that's you come over here and I gotta be like that's not me. Bye. Or you come over and you coming crazy thinking like I could just charm this joint and we just gonna see what happens. And she's like, nah, she not trying to give you the time of day. She not trying to date you. She not trying to do none of that because how you coming ain't correct.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Because that's how it should be the whole time, though. We shouldn't even have to correct it though. If you're not pulling up at 100, don't pull up. Don't pull up to me.
It's situational. You're different. You got to realize that.
I'm very aware that I'm different.
There's not a lot of women with that mindset. Like it's a lot of women now.
Let me just say this. It doesn't matter if the woman has the mindset. As a man, that should be your mindset. If
you weren't raised by a man like that, you're not gonna get that though.
Not necessarily true. Men have it in them, but it's a lot of work, I think. And if I don't have to put in the work and still bag shorty or do whatever.
Also, what you saying you know, you coming from like a relationship that you was in long term, and your college experience was like this. If you coming from college and all through 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, however you was in college,
four I graduated.
So Lord knows my story. So if you in that situation, it's kind of like you could kind of go anywhere in college and you could kind of chill and you could still be pulling girls like with minimum effort, because girls not really going.
That is so ugly.
It is.
It is so unattractive.
But it's gonna sound like terrible saying it, but that's college. Like a lot of times,
I don't know. There's still grown men that do that.
Yeah.
Out of college, I've had that experience.
I'm talking about in college. Like that's just emotions in college. Sometimes.
I'm saying, but some men don't grow out of it. Some of those men don't go to college.
Yeah.
Like it's not just. I think when you're in college, it's kind of an excuse, which is okay. If you're in college, I'm in college. You pull up to me like that. Cool. I might be the first John that's gonna correct you. That's fair. When you graduate or you didn't go to college and you're 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, it's not cute.
Yeah.
Because for me, either pull up with effort, intention from jump, or don't come at all. Because it's not attractive. Like, it's not a manly feature for you to halfway come to me. Like, no man can pull up on me in the DM. I don't care how fine you are. It's not attractive. It's not your fault if you live in Kansas, but like, I'm not responding to that. If you send your homeboy, we in a bar. My homeboy want to talk to you. Ew.
Yeah, that's tacky.
Because it takes a certain level, like
a confidence to go over there and know you could possibly get the curve,
and you still can. You just had to come.
And she could still think you fine,
correct,
but get curved just off the simple fact.
Like, and then your outfit, but like that's another conversation. So it's just ill. It's so unattractive, and I know some people, some women, are fine with that. So I'm not going to knock it if that's what they're fine with. But I think for a general rule, ill. And I don't think my college experience has anything to do with it, for real.
Nah, I think it does. I think for
no, because then I'd have to settle them what my standards are, and I'm not doing that for nobody.
No, what I'm saying, like, so for the part you just said, I think it's a 50, I say it's a 60-40 problem, like 60% men, 40% women. Because you got women out here that's really not requiring dudes to do nothing. Like you got girls literally out here. Like I didn't seen it. I was in therapy the other week. Like I didn't seen girls just literally they get something in their system and they just be like,
Correct,
like,
but they may not do it at the beginning, but at some point in that relationship, if it goes on long enough, they will require it. But because you didn't require it at the beginning, it's your fault.
It's redundant.
Then it's your fault.
So it's redundant for you to go back and then be like, oh, hey, though, here's these standards. And they're like,
agree.
Get out of here.
But
yeah,
back to the men.
But also, too, I think it does, because if you don't have, like, if you had your college experience, like, you were in Marymount, like, it's not really a lot that you was doing, and you was in a relationship, so you was really ducked off. Like you was going home and you was with your mans. So I
was still fine then though. So like it's not like pull up.
But you know, we ain't talking about that. We talking about
I just felt text. Sorry, go ahead.
We just talking about young man. So I'm saying though, like, whenever you in college and you got like Greek life going on, you got like you waking up every day knowing it's a possibility you and your roommates or you and your friends probably gonna get drunk that night or whatever you into, like, and then it's you around a whole bunch of people like that look like you and that's finer than you, as fine as you, they look decent, like you got a whole bunch of I'm trying to be modest here, and you're not helping with the faces that you're making. Oh, sorry, no,
go ahead. I need you to get to your point, because.
So I'm saying, like, you got all those people, and you got all these experiences that you having or whatever that shape and reshape like how you go about things, how you think about life. Like you're not gonna necessarily be so like, oh, this and this. Not that you won't have standards, but it is different for a lot of women and a lot of men who've gone through college and had those experiences, and they can't simply snap out of that mindset because that's still their reality sometimes even out of college.
I agree. But I'm just saying I don't think it's the reason why I'm not like that isn't because I went to college. I just don't believe in giving anybody less than worthy.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like it's easy.
You're saying the influence is like y'all may have had. I didn't have because of my college experience.
Right.
I went to school with a bunch of nuns. If you don't know,
yeah,
so.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, how you think and how you that goes to how you was raised for real. Like
that's what I'm saying. I don't think college would have changed it because my view.
You don't think you don't think your life would have went different if you went to like an HBCU or something?
I will say this. Had I went to Howard, I probably think I wouldn't have graduated because I'd have been lit. But
would you still be in a relationship if you went to Howard too? Would you still be in that long-term relationship if you went to Howard?
If I went to Howard.
Exactly.
The man would have left me because he was crazy. He wouldn't have been able to take it because I done see the brothers at Howard, okay? And so here's he. So
I'm dead. My dog did him. Oh no, this
it's not gonna happen.
I cannot compare.
So I'm just saying, like I'm not a relationship person, even though if you look at my track record, you may not think the same. I've never wanted anything but my independence.
I don't do relationships. 5-year relationship.
That's a whole other topic. But anyways, and I just wouldn't have. I don't think I would have settled for less. I mean, I did in that situation when I was young. Had I got out of that situation and because, I don't like my ex or whatever. I don't have no beef with him. Whatever, we cool.
I mean, I keep it.
But he was a gentleman. So my standard is still what it was.
By the way, this is not an ex bashing episode. We just talking. We just talking.
I only have one example.
Yeah, I have like 8,000. So, not really. But I think,
and my dad is still my dad, so my standards would still have been the same.
I think I think your standards would have been the same. I do think you probably would have had some situationships though. Maybe not like to the degree of what you normally see, but I do think you would have had some situationships.
Yeah, I'm not saying I would have been like holier than thou.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you probably would have had more. You would have had way more experiences.
I think I would have had multiple situationships.
Yeah,
because the first time you don't come correct, I no longer need your services.
Sheesh. Glad you ain't Jesus.
Huh?
I said, glad you ain't Jesus.
Facts. Cause I just, why waste?
Oh, y'all want to do that? I'm getting off the cross. Come on, nah.
No, facts. Cause for what?
Man, bleed and heal itself. Go back to heaven.
Shut up. No, Easter Sunday. Easter weekend.
Hey, come on now.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna act like.
Shout out to Jesus.
Sorry. But you want me to be serious. I'm not gonna act like I just have myself on this pedestal and you're all peasants. Like, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna not say it. But I'm just thinking like the things I see and hear through the homegirls and even my homies who are dogs, like I just can't even imagine dealing with that. Now, I did get dogged in my last relationship, but it was at the end after 5 years and things changed in circumstance, all this stuff. But throughout the 5 years, like, nah, that's a certain standard you got to do to be with me. And I feel like I wish most women, like I said, I'm not putting myself on a pedestal because my dad has a lot to do with that. I couldn't see my dad do all this stuff and not have a man open my car door, open my door every time I walk through it. Like, it's just.
You want too manly for that? Nothing.
And, okay. That's in the self-reflection. Anyways. And I'm not knocking no girl that's cool with the dude just like coming and going as he pleases, as long as it's not knocking. She not questioning her self-worth over it. Because there are girls that can do that, don't care. Just use men as you want to. Men can be used. I don't really care. As long as it doesn't knock you. Once it starts knocking you, not for his sake, not you saving his ego.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. I will say, I'll ask you, how do you feel you would have reacted or you do react? Like, have you ever just been around somebody and you just like, I rock with you, like, you're not thinking like, oh, this about to be my man or this about to be my girl, like, or whatever. It's just like, I rock with you.
Yeah. I'm not a flirt, so I'm never thinking that.
You couldn't be a flirt if you wanted to.
I couldn't. Nope. It's just, I'm not. But not a charm. Like, it just come with it. So I'm never thinking anybody's gonna be my man. It just kind of happens, and I don't even be knowing how it happens. It's never my intention. For sure, thought I was gonna be a player my whole life, the whole time.
You're too soft to be a player, but that's a different conversation.
I'm not soft.
Okay, whatever. You're gonna cry in the car. So, Nah, I feel like I've been in a bunch of situations where I'm just like, I feel like right now it is the best space to meet like new people, and I feel like that's been ever since like 2000.
You're very social though.
I don't think so. That's a different podcast though.
Okay.
2019, I feel like ever since then I literally been looking for genuine friendships. I feel like I've cultivated the best like relationships with people.
It's so much easier
then.
for you though, because you're a man.
I don't think so.
No, for sure.
I don't think so, because I feel like
Definitely.
For me, I get along with dudes because I'm mad chill and we could talk about basketball.
Exactly, you can start a friendship like. I see the game the other day.
But also too, like I'm very like, I'm not gonna say I'm one and done, but when I see how you move.
Messy.
Like I'm like, oh nah, I can't have no messy dudes around me, because then you just another female. I got enough female friends like for a lifetime. Most of my friends are females, so.
But it's still easier, like if you in a setting like, y'all see the game the other day, or y'all see the album Cole just dropped. Like, those are normal conversations amongst men. For women are a little bit pettier and cattier and.
That's true.
Haters.
That's
so even if like you walk in the room a little too confident, you already set the tone. Like, she thinks she cute, so you don't want to come up to you like, oh hey, I'm not that person. I'm not that social. So it's just, I could go say hi to them, but if they look at me sideways and and this could happen, and do I know her man? Blah blah blah. Like a whole bunch women think like that.
I think it's harder for me with men because I don't do small talk. So you just
I don't believe in small talk.
You just
say what you want.
You just come up to me and be like, "Oh, this game crazy, right?" I'm like, word. Then the conversation not going nowhere. I'm not about to be like, "Yeah, you seen KD? He got 35. He going crazy." Unless I already know.
Yes, you will. I've seen that. I've seen that.
But you seen it with everybody that I know.
Or it'd be a group conversation.
That's different though, because I'm with people that I know, so I'm more comfortable. But if it's a one-on-one setting, like today at work, oh Lord, hey Jay, if you watching this, sorry. So Jay, this dude at work, like that, I particularly don't really, what I'm saying, talk to or really be around. Like we just waiting for a customer to pull up so we can load someone to the truck, and he just like not saying nothing. So I'm on my phone, and he like, so do you like hot weather or cold weather? I'm like, in the middle. It's like, he's like, oh, okay.
You're such a jerk.
I do. Like, I like fall. Like, I like for it to be like, I go outside with a hoodie on, I'm straight. I go outside with a shirt, t-shirt, and I'm straight. So I'm like in the middle. And he's like, oh, okay.
You also be in your own world though.
I do. That's why it's
like
hard. It's hard
it
for
could
me.
be a whole, this building could collapse. When you in your phone or you focus like on a podcast or whatever, you don't see nothing else going on. It's rude.
But I'm rarely ever like not thinking about something. So for me, it is hard when somebody trying to have small talk with me and I'm somewhere in Jamaica in my head.
Correct.
And you're interrupting my paradise. Or I could be somewhere like with the
people
merch.
trying to be friendly.
Yeah, I'm over here trying to match up. Like I done seen some color combinations. I'm like, oh, we could do this, this, and this, and this. All right, boom. I'm gonna send that text out. All right, let me jot this down. I'm like, all right, now I got to get to my phone where my notes is. And when I get in my notes, I'm in my bag. So if you interrupt that, me and my notes, I be in my notes more than I be in.
But there are
Instagram.
people like people that just cannot stand awkward silence, and they feel like they have to say something. I want to be like, yo, you ain't gotta talk.
You ain't gotta say nothing.
When it's me, feel free to be quiet.
You ain't gotta say nothing. Actually, I would prefer you not to say nothing.
I would prefer you.
Text me.
Don't waste my time.
Text me.
Don't text me.
Text me.
But
you good? Yep. Keep it pushing. Turn the TV on. Let it be quiet.
Hold on, how my lash look? Do I look crazy? I feel like it's a little loose. It's good. Okay.
Is your arm hanging off?
Is it? No, you close up. Is it?
No.
Oh, okay. Cause I just feel like it's good.
Yeah, don't do that though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I feel like women are just cattier at times, and I'm not bashing women either. Like,
yeah,
it's just things that men don't have to live with, I think.
Yeah, I feel like with women, when y'all do get that connection, it's way easier for y'all. With men, I feel like we connect with basketball. Like it's dudes in before quarantine hit or COVID hit, like that I seen every day. I'm like, that's my dog. Like And then I ain't spoke to him since the last day we hooped.
Yeah.
Like, or unless they hit me up and like, hey, bro, you been hooping? Or I seen them somewhere, hey, bro, you been hooping? Like, yeah, I've been hooping. Or,
yeah, I
nah,
feel like if I
hooping.
do, if a girl's outfit is cute or she freaked her makeup, I'll say something.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Or if her hair look nice or whatever, I'll say something.
Mm-hmm.
But, sometimes. Most of the time.
No.
Yeah, no.
You know, I feel like just with reflecting in general, like that's just been really my mindset. Like I don't wanna pinpoint or like.
Yeah. I mean, I had to reflect on that too, because I do have mainly male friends,
Mm-hmm.
and majority of my friends have been from like.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated high school with the people that I went to kindergarten with, so I've known most of my friends 10 plus years, and we're still friends to this day.
Mm-hmm.
So it is hard for me to make new friends, but I'm missing like, and if you watch my sister's podcast, then we had this conversation. Like I'm missing like that female connection.
What's that podcast?
Oh, the Bougie Asylum.
There we go, drop it.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
sir.
last episode. Yeah, so I feel like I am missing that female connection because I have one best friend, but she's in the Navy. She lives on the West Coast. We've been friends since we were 5. Like ups and downs, we always come back together. Like I love her to death, but she's not here.
Mm-hmm.
And even when I was in college and other things, we just kind of went separately in life,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't do things the same.
Right.
But it's nothing but love there, and that's my dog.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really all. And I have my one home girl from college. Yeah, that's really it. But I don't live near them either, so most of the time I'm either kicking it with my homeboys, but that's it. But I do wish I had those connections because my homeboys don't get it, certain things, and I am very tomboyish and down with the shit, whatever. But so, I feel like sometimes they forget, like, nah, she's a girl. Like, even when they talk about women sometimes, I be thinking, I have to correct them, like, or give them the woman's perspective because they're stupid.
Or they just think you're a man.
That, I was going to say that, but I was like,
Oh, your
I
voice
ain't
cracked.
my lash just hanging off. I can't.
It's not hanging off, bro.
That jump just feel loose.
So
Yeah, if my lash fall off, it just
I'm dead.
is what it is. Okay, go ahead.
So what was I saying?
Well, I was saying I was reflecting on not really having a lot of female friendships
Mm-hmm.
because I had to reflect on it. Like, okay, maybe it's me, even though I feel like I'm a really great friend. But I do think it's just been like my circumstances, because even the people I've fallen out with were very specific reasons, not necessarily that they were bad friends. It was like immature things, and I am a person like I don't really care if I know you're just a messy person or even messy to people that I love. I'm never gonna try to kick it with you. And I'll hold on. I know Stephen Price still owed me $20 from the 3rd grade when the Spurs beat the Pistons, but like I don't forget stuff like that.
You need to heal.
I need my $20.
You need to heal.
But like, and like if you cross some of my homies like that, like I'm super petty with stuff like that. We ain't or even if it's your girl, you did something to me, I ain't gonna say his name because he might watch, call me out my name in 8th grade. If it was he had a girlfriend, like I would never be cool with her. I don't care. That's happened too, so I don't really care.
Anyways, moving beyond your traumatic school life.
Whatever. Call me out my name.
But yeah, I feel like that's been my vibe, my energy this year. Just genuine relationships with everybody that I come in contact with. But me personally, I'm not a person that likes to burn bridges because I understand the power of relationships. So I don't.
And networking.
I really don't like to burn friendships. Like even coming out like of a romantic relationship, like I don't really like to burn that bridge. And for me to burn that bridge, you know, it's serious. So if I burn it, it probably ain't coming back. But
what do you mean by burn? Like just
like
letting them know they can't come back, or you did something?
Either one. Like just I'm not. When I say burn that bridge, I mean like we not cool no more. Like that's.
But
just
not
what
that
it
you
is.
did something to end the friendship.
Yeah, maybe
Malicious.
not.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe no. Burning a bridge. You did something because I don't burn bridges for no reason.
Yeah, no. It's
like if we just fall apart, I don't really call that burning a bridge because I could still come back and be like, hey, I was just checking on you, making sure you good. Like, I know we don't really talk. I really don't say that. I don't like the messages. I know we don't really talk. I know that we don't really talk. So you don't got to say that to me.
Toxic.
I just be like, I'm just making sure you good. Like, I ain't heard from you in a minute. I'm making sure you good. But not romantic relationships. I'm talking about in general too.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe in burning bridges either. I'm just like, when I love my friends, I love them.
Mm-hmm.
And when I love somebody, I'm like, if you know me, I could care less about you.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't
care less about you, actually. Or I love you, and I will give you 100 chances, but if I love you. But after, like, all right, 3-4 times, I'm good off you.
Mm-hmm.
But
pattern.
Yeah, but if it's not, I don't need to be around you. I'm never going to trash you or nothing like that. But for my sake, if it's bad for me to be your friend, I'm not going to come back around. But like, something happened to your parents or whatever it is, like, I'm going to check on you, make sure you're good, just because whatever. Because of loyalty, because of the love that was once there.
Mm-hmm. And
I've had friends like come back and be like, man, like, I'm sorry, I was going through something. All right, cool. Like, we good. We ain't kikiing all the time, but people go through stuff. So I think I am very forgiving, but it does, you have to earn to be on my list of people that I love.
Yeah. I feel like I forgive people, but that don't mean I'm going to rock with you.
You don't forget.
I don't forget nothing.
You don't forget anything.
I don't forget nothing. Mm-hmm. So you could easily be like that.
Notes,
that didn't happen.
In your notes, you got a list of all the wrongs people did.
I don't.
Like that meme and that joke. He's like, okay.
I don't. It's all up here. Like, and like for real, I be forgiving people, and like I ain't gonna get into that situation, but I forgave people, and then it's water under the bridge because, like you said, like just that genuine love like you got for people. Like, all right, cool. Like you're my dog, or that's my homegirl. Like,
that's family.
That's family. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not tripping. And then that joint happen again, and it happened again, and then it happened again, and then it again, and again, and again. Mm-hmm. He'd be like, and I'd be like, my brain be like, one moment.
On March 15th.
On March 15th, 2020, such and such, da 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 da. And don't worry. And here's the notes. Here's the notes from April 14th, 2014. And I'd be like, oh, so
connecting the dots, like, oh.
So I'd be saying, so in my head, I'd be like sending that text out, like, so you played me. Like, that's how I feel. So,
yeah.
For me, it takes a lot for me to burn bridges because I can count probably on like two hands how many bridges I done burned in my life, and I didn't had a lot of friends. So for me to actively just be like, yo, not rocking with you.
Are your bridges with your exes burned? I'm not saying y'all can be buddy, but like,
I would say 2 are burned. Like,
can't be recovered.
Mm-hmm. I mean, no. One's burned, can't be recovered, won't ever be recovered. I think that situation is smoke for life for me.
Okay.
That's all camera conversation. And then I say
that's fresh.
I say other 2 they're burned bridges, but I don't got no animosity towards them. Like, it's no smoke. If I saw them,
but they don't have access to you.
No, they don't got access to me.
Okay.
We cool. Like, if I see you, little head nod, little whatever, what's up, little hat tip, something like that, or a little like this, something. But it ain't. We not about to sit here and kiki and kick it. Just off the strength of that's not our relationship. Like, if things had gone different, had we like come back, talked about anything.
Is it because it ended so badly, or just the whole relationship? Like, I should have never. I'm good off.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. My track record on relationships ending very nicely is not good. Whether
like
that
1 out of 4,
whether
like
that be like 4. I'll say about 2 or college relationships. Mm-hmm. I'll say those are the ones that count.
The ones that count, yeah.
College relationships. Yeah.
It's starting to sound like you the problem. So
I say about all of them ended badly. So I say about all of them. But honestly, the outcome on one of them, the outcome ended, like how it blew up ended bad, but we was still cool. Like it was still cool, like we were still cordial, whatever. The other one, it just blew all the way up because it was just like, yeah, fam, and then of course the last one, that joint blew all the way up. That joint was nitro. But at the end of the day, I will say, when it did blow up, toxic, yeah, probably, like we were still in contact for a little bit after that, but not enough to really be like we're on good terms, and we never talked about the way that it ended, so not in depth at least. So for me, it's just like this is kind of awkward. What
are those conversations necessary?
Oh, I'm glad you said that. Because
now it's awkward when it could just be like done.
So it's not awkward for me.
You just said it was awkward.
Huh?
You just said it was awkward.
When?
Like 2 seconds ago. You said because it's kind of awkward.
Like
because y'all didn't have the conversation.
Yeah, it'd be awkward if we just was like, if we just all of a sudden went back like tomorrow and was like, yo, what's up? Because I'd be like, I'd still,
you know what you did.
I'm like, nah, you remember because on February such and such and such, or I'd be like,
oh, now it's what's up.
You remember on June such and such this happened and we ain't talk about it. Like, nah. So I feel like, honestly, in my opinion, my personal opinion, I feel like closure is overrated. And when I mean overrated, I mean like 20 out of 10 overrated. But I'm also a person who been on both sides. So I've gotten my closure after the breakup and it did nothing for me. And I'm also a person who got my closure in the breakup. Like, you're not going to do it. You're not going to change. This situation is not going to work.
You checked out before.
I feel how I feel. Correct. And
did you give her her closure? Did she ask for closure?
I try to give everybody their closure, which is the crazy part, because my mom is so rough on me when it comes to relationships with women. She's like, you're not going to do this. You're not going to do that. Like, in general. And she won't even know the details, but she knows me. So she's like, you're not doing that. Like, make sure y'all talk, make sure you're straight. Lately, I really ain't been feeling that. So so I kind of was, I moved how I moved, because at the end of the day, I was just like, that conversation, to me, in my eyes, where it was at that point, it wasn't time to have that conversation because it wouldn't have went nowhere.
Not what I asked you.
So
if she asked for the closure, you're not going to give it to her because you don't think it was time? What if she needed
years later?
No, I'm saying when it ended. You said you checked out before.
Oh, yeah. No, I gave everybody their closure except for maybe one or two people. One person. I gave everybody their closure.
I'm asking about the one that when you checked out, did you give her closure?
That was a couple. So I did check out on 2 relationships. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you give them their closure?
I had a little bit of issues.
In past tense.
I've been working on myself. Self-reflection. Ask Jesus.
Did you give them their closure?
Yeah, I did.
The 2 that you checked out?
I did. And it was actually easier for me.
Because you checked out?
Yeah, because
you had no emotion in it. So
I'm already checked out. I had no emotion in it, and I had no horse in the race. So it's like, all right, cool. You coming to me, all your problems. All right, let's sort it out. Boom, 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 boom. You already know how I feel, so I don't have to really. This is all your emotion. So now we're just digging through your emotion.
Because you've already.
Yeah, it's sick. It's sick. It's sick, but it works.
Because you already got to it, so you're okay with it, and you're done with it.
Yeah.
So who cares about the other person that you just spent a couple of years with?
No, because it was one situation where I literally, like, I broke up with you, and you still telling people we together, and I'm like, sis.
I mean, yeah, you did what you were supposed to do.
I can't. I did not have sexual relationships with this woman.
Oh my God.
I had to put a little disclosure out there, like, we're not together. She's gonna say what she wants to say, but whatever. But everybody knew, but like her. Like, it's like it didn't click. Like, she's just like, no, like this is gonna happen. And everybody around her is like, I want your man. He's mine now. Like, so yeah. I mean, yeah. I feel like I gave closure.
But you don't think it's necessary?
No, I don't think it's necessary. I feel like I feel like I didn't get my closure out of most of my relationships.
And you're okay.
Yeah, because I feel like in that moment, when there's always a moment in the relationship for me when I know it's at the end, to where I'm like, that was it. Like, this is not gonna change. And if it does change, it won't be with me. So I'm not gonna force this issue no more. I'm gonna let it be what it is.
You came to that conclusion all on your own,
mm-hmm.
without discussing it with the other person.
You know, you had those conversations and they just get heated, and it's like, bro, you always do this, or you never blah blah blah. I'm
gonna give you a pass because you was young.
You don't really see the da 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 da, and then people are just like, no, that's not true. That's not true. Like, I feel like that's a trigger for me. Like, for somebody who you're doing life with, who sees you every day and sees you in a different light, to come back and tell you, like,
I'm trying to see if this is a manly perspective that closure isn't necessary. I mean, I agree with you.
I feel like,
but I also feel like I have a manly mindset.
I feel like it's like a universe. I feel like it's like universal and like dual gender, for real.
I'm trying to think, because I feel like a lot of people do want closure, but it's usually like, I just need closure. Can you just give me closure? But it's like I'm trying to sneak my claws into you.
If we're gonna be honest, it's people's like, you know,
not wanting it to be over.
Smash for the road, like, and it's also like another way to like manipulate other people and
not
being
wanting
like,
it to be over.
Do you really want to leave? Are you just
all
fed
this?
up?
You gonna leave
like,
all this?
Are you really fed up, or like are you just upset? Like, okay, now you're serious, and I get that you're serious, so now I'm gonna try to change. And it's like, no, you already blew it.
So it's not really about closure. It's about testing the waters.
Exactly.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I feel like, well, one of my relationships, we literally like, I had a boundary. So I was like, you're not coming over. You're not coming to my house. We can meet like somewhere like safe, out in the public. We can sit in the car. We could talk. Like, I will listen to everything that you have to say. Like, and we could talk about.
Why couldn't she come to your house? Because she's gonna try to smash?
Huh? I just didn't feel comfortable. And for two, like, I feel like the house gives off a sense of comfort and a sense of like familiarity, even though she wasn't there like that. I didn't want her to come in and be like comfortable. It's not going to be a comfortable conversation. I want you, if anything, I want you neutral. And secondly, I would prefer you be uncomfortable before you're comfortable. Like, when we're having this conversation, because I don't want you to feel like there's anything that you could say to kind of like, you know.
This is so thought out.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I processed it. And I told my mom this, like, cause I was telling her like that it was happening, and she was like, okay, so what you gonna do? I was like, she's not coming to the house because this. And my mom was like, you're absolutely right. I don't think she should come either. I said, you're right. I know I'm right. I just need that confirmation. So for me, it was just simply being able to do that, listening logically and also emotionally, like, okay, like, I got that conversation. Like, you're not gonna get my emotions riled up because I know I could possibly get triggered in this conversation. So I'm gonna take what you said. I'm gonna go back to the crib. Do I really want to be with you? In a perfect world, maybe so. Is it gonna work? It's not gonna work for me because of where I'm at and because of what I believe.
And so when you left, you were like, this is it. You were never like, maybe down the line we'll be together because I love her something.
I feel like with relationships, I've only done that one time and it literally blew up. But I don't believe in, once we're done, like, I don't believe, like, maybe when we mature or whatever. When I mature, why would I go back?
Fair.
Why would I go back? Fair. Like, you could be a whole different person. I don't know that. And I don't want to figure that out. Like, I done did life with you. If it was supposed to happen, it would have happened. And if it's supposed to happen, you won't have to say, well, maybe down the line. Maybe not. Feel me?
I feel you. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I feel like closure is usually like a manipulation situation. Let me see if I still got it. Let me see if I could. Yeah, I agree. Because I feel like I'm trying to think back. Like, I thought I wanted closure for a long time. But it was really like an ego thing. Like, let me show you how great I'm doing without you.
And also, what exactly is closure? Like, if we're not trying to literally put a definition on it, but
things don't feel finished. Closure is supposed to be like the thing that makes it feel finished, in my opinion.
But so people have two different mindsets and going into closing. That's the issue. So like, let's say I'll make the man be the bad guy, and I'll let you make the woman be the bad guy. Don't do that. So it's like the girl goes in like thinking, okay, like, I'm gonna tell you I genuinely like loved you, but it just didn't work. And the guy's going in throwing stones. Like, oh,
It depends on who broke up with who.
oh, that's true too. But like you just going in and you going in like y'all both hurt, but you going in like hurt, triggered, and all types of other stuff going on. So you just like in there. She like, I'm sad it didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work because you da 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 da. Like it turns into that. I also never wanted to be a part of one of those conversations as well. Like because also I know me, and if I'm still hurt and you rip that Band-Aid off and I start bleeding again,
and you're not remorseful. That's what I was like, if you're not remorseful for what you did,
yeah,
I'm gonna put my hands on you again. Yeah. Like that's just not gonna.
And also too, like okay, you've had time to reflect. Did you see what I was talking about, or do you see?
And if the answer is no,
like, I'm gonna be hurt and I'm gonna be pissed because I'm like, dang, you the problem.
Well, I can say for sure the problem because I can say if had I gotten closure and I would have seen that you were still the same person or you learned nothing, it would have validated that. I don't think I ever would have got to the mindset that okay, Lyric, where were you wrong at? It would just validate like no, you messed up. It's your fault. You're the reason. Blah blah blah. I don't think I ever would have self-reflected like
exactly.
What did you do? What part did you play?
And I feel like that's why I feel like that it was good for me that I let them get their closure because they were in an environment to where my emotion didn't have. Granted, I'm not saying that was the best way to go. I don't condone anybody checking out the relationship. That's not fair. I did them a disservice in that regard. Like there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. I think it worked for me though because I was able to take my feelings and all that, and I was able to be rational. So it's like, all right, I got your emotion, I got your thinking behind it. Like I got your method. Like, do you want to work this out? You don't want to work this out? You just let me know. Cool, whatever. Like, and I got to do with that information what I wanted to.
Right.
And I got to like sit down and really like have a like talk with myself and see if I really wanted to do it. Now, clearly, I didn't do it. So I want to do it. So I moved on. And like during that time, like I gave myself probably like a month to really just be sick about it. And I gave myself like a week to 2 weeks to really just be like down in the dumps about it.
Right.
But after that, like, it's like me time. So it's like, all right, what did you do wrong? What, like, where did it go wrong?
Well, you've had multiple experiences to know how to.
Oh, yeah. And also,
my joke took me out.
My mom played a big role in that too because my mom is never the person that you can run to and be like, well,
baby, you
such and such and such did this, and then she's like, yeah, okay, they're not my kid, you're my kid, so what did you do? What did you do? Like, what was your
hold you accountable?
What was your part? And if you say I don't know, you're getting hit upside the head. Like, don't tell me I don't know, because you know, because you're smart enough to be aware of the things that you do.
Right.
So for me, that always played a role. So my mom would just be like, yeah, well, you had a role in this. And I'm like, Mom, she literally just like stepped on my heart, and you're over here saying like she had a role in it. Yep, you had a role in it. You sure did.
That's a good woman.
And I'm like, I'm over here just putting the covers over my head.
This is not what I wanted you to say.
Over here eating little nachos and stuff because I ain't got no appetite because I'm so upset. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that does come with experience. Like I said, I only had like one experience, and that John took me out. But yeah, I think it's like I said. I think it's for the best that I didn't get the closure that I thought I wanted. God always knows like what you need. Yeah, I don't think I would have gotten this far. It would have took a lot. It would have set me back because I remember maybe like maybe like 9 months after everything exploded, try to have a conversation, and then maybe like a year after everything exploded, try to have a conversation, and those never happened. And had they happened, I feel like they would have took me back to square one, and that'd have been bad business.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people think they want closure, but you don't understand not saying you should be scared of it, but you don't understand the risk that you're taking. And if you're not emotionally intelligent to know where you are emotionally, it's easy for somebody that you've been
somebody else has control of your emotions or affects them that much.
Right. They able to tap back into that hurt place, like just off of their mannerisms, just based off of like.
Or triggering you.
Yeah,
like,
you trigger like.
I'm about to slap it.
Yeah, like, so that's why I say it's overrated, because you really don't know.
I mean, Is it overrated? Like
that you need it. It's overrated that you need it.
Okay, but it's okay to have.
It's great to have if you can have it in the right light. And I don't
because I feel like. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I don't think closure necessarily like has to be right after a breakup.
That's what I was gonna say, because I feel like some people feel it. One of them feels it as soon as it happens, and the other one feels it later. When
Normally
it's like
the man feels it later.
If somebody did you wrong, they feel it later.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's when they try to have the conversation. But it's like, no, I did heal now. Like, da-da-da. I feel like now, and I wouldn't, but I've never been like this for like mentally stable or whatever, just because whatever. Now would probably be the only time where I could have that conversation and like, okay, that happened. Yeah. But I would also be irritated now. Like, that was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But
I think mine, I'm just like.
But with this but with this mindset, I could have that. Most people wouldn't take 4 years. I probably could have had it a year ago too. But
yeah, with
this mindset, you need this mindset to have closure, not an emotional one.
Yeah, I could have had it. I could have had it last year. Could have had it maybe the year before. But now, like you said, I think I would just be more so irritated. Like, I don't want to talk about this.
Right, you had plenty of opportunities.
And at this point, like, I feel like I didn't heal so much and I didn't like came so far. I'm like, I don't even remember some of this stuff.
Right, don't take me back there.
Yeah, I just remember 3 really big things. Now, if you get my mind in the file cabinet and I got to go through, like, now I'm going to be triggered and now I'm blowing everything up. I
think people usually, like, need closure to understand what happened. I think most, like, women who've been cheated on are like, okay, so what did I do? Was that not enough? Like, it triggers an insecurity in you, like, what made you cheat? Mm-hmm. So I feel like they want answers to those questions, which 9 times out of 10, he's never going to be like,
she just look good.
Right. She was just there. Or, because the other woman never looks better than the main Joan. That's just facts.
That's a lie.
But
that's a lie.
You see Rihanna Joan, absolutely not.
You seen somebody came out and said them Jones weren't true.
I hope they won't, because she and him would be stupid. But anyways. Like, yeah, it's like you create this alternate universe. He's going to come back. We're going to have closure. He's going to say he's so sorry. He doesn't know what he was thinking. 9 times out of 10, when you in your mess and you see it when they're in their mess, he's not going to say that. He going to stand on it. He might come to that realization later in life, but I don't even think he'll tell you then.
I've seen some men come back and be like, no, I messed up.
They might come back later.
Especially when that summertime hit.
Nah, when the fall hit. They still be hoes in the summertime.
No, I'm saying in the summertime when they see her out, like,
oh, for sure. Woo. Let me see if I still got it. Let me try to reel her back in.
Because I feel like women either like, they like, right after a breakup, they either like losing a lot of weight or like gaining a lot of weight. So they like, I'm about to look the best I ever had, or girl, it's gonna be a crying hot girl summer, like,
or it's
dragging me out the house,
or it's not. You don't deal with it, because that for sure was me. 2019 was amazing. That summer was amazing, but I was just like, I'm avoiding all this. I'll deal with it in the fall when it get cold out. And then at that point, it was whatever. But yeah, I think you create this alternate universe, like that closure is gonna make this all better. For me, not getting closure, I had to come up with my own reasons as to why it happened, which is what made me move on. Even if they weren't true, he didn't give me the truth. So I just made up my own stories, believed them, and was like, if this story helps me move on, then I just got to stick with it.
Yeah, I felt like for me, I was more so just looking at, I feel like I made myself more the reason why it didn't work, because I was just like,
I did make him. Well, I did make him. He was the reason.
I made myself, because I was like, there's no way, like, that should have happened because of who I am and what I know. Like, these situations should have never happened. Shouldn't even gotten to that point. Like, I know who I am. I know who I stand on. No matter what she say, no matter what she do, that shouldn't change that. But it did, because now you done tapped into my emotions.
I think because I was with my high school sweetheart or whatever, I was like more shocked. Like, you did this to me, not you.
You gonna leave?
Not
You
me.
gonna do this to me?
Right. After you done ruined my college years. I could have been here thotting and bopping.
I'm dead.
But whatever.
I'm dead.
Yeah, so I had to make up stories, and most of them were true, I think. But I didn't focus on if they were true. Like, what would help me get over? And because, like, there was a baby involved, and that was my line. I ain't being nobody's stepmama.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it hurt, I was just like, that's the fact. There's another person here. That's my line. Even if I wanted to renege on that a couple times, I was like, I can't. So it's not an option.
Yeah.
And thug it out.
Yeah, I don't care nothing about closure. I'm gonna be 1,000% honest. That joint is for you. Like, for me, I'm like, that joint is for you. What you got?
That's what I'm saying. I would give somebody closure if they needed it. Like, at that time, like, look, I am sorry. I just want to tell you that you're sorry because you was a good girlfriend. Like, whatever. If you need it for you to move on, sure.
Yeah, I'm there for it. And the only way for me to be in that situation and give somebody closure after it's been years, as if we randomly seen each other out.
Yeah, we not meeting up.
And we was just talking and it came up organically. I'm not about to sit here and plan a closing
I'll be in town. Can you meet me in the parking? Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
I'll be in town. Can you meet me over across the street at Insomnia Cookies? And I just want to talk about our relationship and
absolutely
and all
not.
That. Bloop. No.
I'm sorry. The caller you have reached is no longer available. You can leave a voicemail though. And I'm like, we on the phone, so what you gotta say?
Nah, while you talking, I'm just be like, no.
Yeah, no, so I don't think it's necessary. I get it. But I was younger then, so, and I didn't have much experience. So people now that still want it, like, you just learn stuff when you get older.
Yeah. I can imagine. About to be 26 and you going, you just turned 36?
I just turned 26.
So yeah, you got a whole decade on your belt. You got some wisdom.
But one relationship and you got like 10.
You got some wisdom. Yeah.
Somebody got a chicken bone bird with your name on it.
Nah.
Because I believe you was out here dogging them. I believe that.
When I was single? Oh, for sure.
I think when you checked out.
Huh?
Them two relationships you checked out of before you was single.
Nah, I wasn't dogging.
I don't know if I believe that. I didn't know you
my
back
heart
then,
was still my heart was still a little tender because it's like, all right, cool. Like in my head, I'm like, all right, cool. Like this ain't gonna work. It's only a matter of time for something to blow up, and when they blow up, I'm not gonna be there because I always feel like I'm been a person like something get ripped open, I'm just like patch, like, and then I'm like, all right, we're gonna put this joint back together. Like I'm gonna start building. Then that joint get torn down again. It's like,
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Like, because of your age now, that'd be like stupid.
So for me, I'm like at the end, I was just like, all right, cool. It is what it is. Ain't nobody about to touch you. Still put their hands on you. Like, whatever. This is just gonna be what it is. I'm gonna let it blow up because I ain't gonna blow it up because you ain't about to make me the bad guy. That used to be my thing. Like, you're not gonna make me the bad guy.
Even though you are the bad guy for checking out. For checking out.
Yeah, for sure.
You should have just dipped in.
For sure. Should have. But, especially not in my college.
Because you had to save you. You were thinking of the other person.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly how I felt. I'm like, I gotta save me because clearly I'm dying in this relationship and you're not saving me.
That's fair.
You're not trying to help me save. So
that's fair.
I'm saving you face, but you're gonna fall flat on it as soon as I remove that little safety net and you really start walking. Take them training wheels off. Gotta crawl before you walk.
Oh god.
You ain't walking.
I mean, I guess that's fair for self-preservation.
Yeah.
Little selfish, but
it was very selfish.
Yeah, I get it.
It was very selfish.
I get it.
It was very selfish. But, it's been a great talk. A little therapy.
Yeah, you needed it. That's what it sounds like. So you're welcome.
I'm just being transparent with my peoples. Because I feel like...
you're welcome.
Get out. So my closing scenario, I feel like I got a 2-part question.
Okay.
So... You always... So y'all, this is some... off the camera information, or this is some behind the scenes. So we recorded about 5 podcast episodes.
Sure.
And we've had to, for some reason, pause them for whatever reason. And we're not gonna get into that. But I did ask Lyric, like, a bunch of top 10s, a bunch of scenarios, and she never likes her top 3, or she never likes her like scenario questions.
Could you ask me top 3 colors?
That
I
was
have so much more to give the people than top 3 colors.
I knew the interview was gonna be fire. That's why I gave you something
Whatever.
subtle. I can't give you everything. My back hurt.
Whatever.
So I'm really trying to think of something good because I feel like what I thought of ain't good enough because you kind of.
Well, ask me and I'll tell you if it's not good enough.
You kind of sent me to that triggered place.
Well, ask me and I'll tell you if it's not good enough.
No, I already switched it in my head, so now it's gone in the trash. All right, since we already on that conversation, so let's say, let me give you a scenario. Yeah, so your man's mom is on her deathbed. The hour before you go there, you find out that he cheated on you, and it wasn't that crazy. Like
Wait, it wasn't
like a whole baby or nothing. It was just like, yeah, we kissed. Like it was a moment we kissed.
Okay, go ahead.
Keep going. So her dying wish, y'all been together like let's say 3 years. Y'all been together.
Me and the mom's cool.
Yeah, you and the mom's tight. Like
we tight or we
the whole family. You and the family tight. Like y'all tight.
Okay. So
you find that out, and then her dying wish is for you to marry her son.
Oh, I do not care.
Oh.
You think I'm gonna marry a man that cheated on me because mama asked me to do it? You should have raised your son better. How about that?
Oh, you ain't gonna say
and
that.
And on the way out, boop.
Nah, you ain't doing that. You ain't doing that.
You cheated on me?
You ain't doing that.
You kissed a girl?
Huh?
While you was with me? Because you wasn't gone without love or affection if you and me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you wasn't going without it. So you put yourself in that position to kiss somebody else? To cheat on me?
What if he didn't?
You let her get comfortable enough that she felt like she could kiss you?
This is too general for you.
No, it's not general. It's respect.
It is. That's an off-camera conversation.
I'm thinking of somebody, but so I do think you could interview my old boss really well. I don't know if it'd be the audience that you want, but I think it'd be a fresh perspective of her.
Who's your boss?
My old boss, Charisse.
Oh, Sassy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a millionaire from Virginia.
I wanted that interview.
Got it out the mud. It's fashion. You know fashion. And it's an older market, but a fresh perspective on how she did it. I think for our generation, it would be a dope
yeah,
concept,
for sure. Like I don't care about the listeners. I'm just saying. I don't care about like the
connection
demographic of the listeners. As long as people are listening.
I was only hesitant because can I get you that interview? I don't think so.
Sassy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna use that email. Now that just kind of jolted me to be like, yeah, go ahead, send that email. I've been emailing these folks. They say email for inquiries. I be emailing. We on the email right now.
Might have a plug. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't put my name on it because she can be like, hell no. She might do it just because of me. Yeah.
Your mouth, bruh.
I didn't say it.
You did. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I might be able to make something shake with that.
All right, man. It's always been a pleasure. Even though you talked most of the time and took up so much time, like it was. That a
joke? You talked more.
Great. It was.
You talked more because you got triggered.
So great. Nah, I gave clarity.
Because I was healed. You sound like.
Oh, I can't wait till we get off camera. I'm going to expose you.
To who? The camera off.
Huh?
You got the camera off now.
Expose you to you. That's the best person to expose it to. Anyway. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Also, thought I forgot what I didn't forget. Naughty by Nature products. We are in partnership with them. These are 2 of my favorite products. You actually need to use it. I feel retarded trying to grab for the other one. I'm not coming. So this joint right here, Butter Waves. My joints is dipping. I just got my do-rag on, but this is like the shea butter, aloe butter. Man, this joint fire, sweet and zesty collection. I put this joint on my head all the time, and it's good for growing your hair, good for like if you got curly hair, like all that stuff. Use this joint if you want your waves dipping this summer. Then you got this Blessed to Be shampoo. I use this joint. This joint brand new. Cause I be using this all the time to wash my hair out, or my mom wash my hair out, and it's fire. This is my favorite product. Shout out to my girl Delaney. Thought I forgot when I didn't forget. Boom.
I forgot, so I
know you did. But that's a wrap. It's another episode of the Rapper Cap podcast with Lyric Frierson. Go ahead, drop that ad name.
Lyricita with 2 or 3 A's. On Instagram, and I did just make a TikTok. No, don't do that. No.
Hey,
No.
Trayvon, when you see this, Trayvon, when you see this, she's still on her ad name. She's still, hey, I'm getting my situation fixed. Whatever. That's why we here.
Whatever. And I just made a TikTok, so you can follow that. The last one was pretty funny.
Yeah, y'all can follow Oscillate too whenever it comes back.
Yeah, that too.
You can follow me at Mike D Young OG on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at RAPORCAP Podcast. If you follow on Twitter, remove the T and add the 1, and y'all tell us if we rapping or capping.